everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. So, there really is no beating around the bush for this video. This video, while some people are going to be like, hey, I own this gun. Sorry, don't know what else to say, okay? In this video, we're going to be talking about the 3 worst guns I have ever shot in my life. Now, I have shot a lot of different guns, guys. I literally work at a range. Like, when I open the range, before the range is even opened, I have already handled over 20 different firearms. So when I tell you guys, I am around a ton of guns. I shoot a bunch of different guns. These 3 are the worst I personally have ever shot. All right, so for starters, we're going to talk about the SCCY, I believe it's the CP2 or CX2 or something like that. Or it's one of the SCCY 9mm that you can find for less than $200. It is atrocious, guys. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it does hold either a 10 or 12 plus 1 capacity of 9mm, which the capacity itself is not bad. It's that it is one of the worst guns I've ever shot. I mean the trigger pull, atrocious, extremely long, extremely heavy. You don't even know where the reset point is. There are multiple false reset points, at least with the ones that I've handled. It's insane. Because of how heavy the trigger pull is, it makes it very difficult to get accurate with it. On top of that, when you are actually able to shoot it, it's just a little snappy. Overall, it's not a well-built gun. And the trigger is awful. Everything about it pretty much is awful. And the fact that it somehow is still only number 3 on the list is like a miracle. It is a blessing from God, to say the least, for the people over at SCCY. Moving on, though. Number 2. This is the 2nd worst gun I've ever shot in my life. And you guys are going to be like, well, this is kind of a generalization for number 2. And sure, you could say that, but I've also shot a couple of different ones. Any high point. I don't care if you have one that's chambered in 9mm, 380, 40, 45, 10mm. I don't care. I have shot the majority of them, and they're awful. They're awful. I'm just going to say it. The sights, awful. Trigger, awful. Weight of the gun, awful. The slide, how it feels, awful. It feels like a brick. That's awful. I am not a fan of the high point in any way, shape, or form. And that's not even, and keep in mind, guys, we're not even going into all the reliability issues of these guns. Because I promise you right now, nothing screams unreliability more than an SCCY and a high point. Nothing screams more unreliability than that. High points are known for jamming, just to say the least. SCCYs, they are known for malfunctions, just to say the least. In the end, guys, any high point, not good. Even the rifles, not good. Doesn't matter. It's not good. I heard high point just dropped an AR-15. I bet you money it weighs probably close to 30 pounds. I bet you money it's malfunctioning every other round. It doesn't matter what firearm it is from high point. It is probably going to be one of the worst guns you have ever shot in your life, especially if it's their handguns. Again, trigger's awful, sight's awful, weight of it is awful, the recoil management of it, awful. Everything about the firearms, awful. I have never had a good experience shooting a high point. Moving on, though. Last but not least on the list of the worst guns I have ever shot in my life. I am so glad I never even went out of my way to learn the name of this gun. A customer came in with a 9mm Derringer. Now, you guys might be thinking, okay, a 9mm Derringer, at least it's not chambered in some absurdly oversized caliber for such a small gun, right? Yeah, I can hear you there. However, though, the gun was about that big in total. I mean, the grip was about that long. So you could get 2 fingers on it. And that's 2 of my fingers. I have these fat sausage fingers here. So You know, that just was not easy. Oh, and it also has like a 12 plus pound trigger pull. Majority of Derringers overall are not going to be fun to shoot. This one in particular, I'm glad I never went out of my way to learn the name of it, was extremely atrocious. It was awful to say the least. And not to mention, guys, let's get this out of the way. All Derringers shoot like this. It's not just this one particular Derringer, or maybe it's just, oh, it needed some work done to it. All Derringers shoot like this. All of them are extremely small. All of them are too small for the caliber that they're going to be chambered in, pretty much, meaning that they're going to be awful to shoot. The majority of them, if not all of them, have awful triggers. They all have awful sights. In the end, guys, these three firearms that I've mentioned here, or at least you could argue for two of them that they're firearm platforms, are the worst I have ever shot in my life. And I can truly say at this point, I have shot hundreds of guns. Hundreds of different guns. But with that being said, I do think that about wraps it up for this video. I don't want to keep harping on the topic. However, it's just some of these guns are really just awful. They are hot garbage. And there's no other way to say it other than to just say it. But with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And whether or not you agree with me about my thoughts on these three being the worst guns I personally have ever shot, maybe you've had different experiences with them. Maybe I'm just missing out on something. Go ahead and comment your thoughts down below. Let me know. Make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.